Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my perfume diaries with you guys. In these videos, I share my update for my perfume tray. So every month I change the perfumes on my tray and I make sure to give those perfumes use and test them out and make dents on those perfumes, enjoy them, and then I report back to you guys and let you guys know how I've been enjoying the fragrances, which ones have been the ones that I've been loving, and all of that. So I also share if I have decluttered any perfumes, if any will be leaving my collection, the reasons why. So this is pretty much like a wrap-up video just talking about perfumes, which I love doing, and I love those of you who love to join me for these types of videos. So if you're interested in the fragrances that I wore for the first half of October, just keep on watching. Guys, so today, before I get started, let me give you guys my lip combo of the day. I've been trying to be good about mentioning my lip combo. So today's combo was really fun, actually. So I was swatching these lipsticks that were sent to me by NARS, and I ended up pairing one of them with my Makeup by Mario lip liner in the shade Dark Chocolate. So I lined my lips with dark chocolate all over. I also cleaned it up with concealer on the edges to make it look a little bit more crisp. And then for the lipstick, I went in with this NARS. These are new. They are the Explicit lipsticks, and this is in the shade Undressed. It is a beautiful, beautiful shade for fall time. Really, really love this. So together, they look really nice. I only put this on the center of the lip, and using the little brush that comes on these lip liners, I just feathered everything together so that it could look blended, and this is a very nice fall lip. I think it's perfect for Thanksgiving, perfect for fall activities. When it comes to dark lips like that, I like to keep my eyes simple so that it's not too much going on, but very, very nice lip combo. And these lipsticks are not too matte. They actually feel very comfortable on the lips. Love them. I think they're a satin finish. So that is the lippy of the day. Now let's go ahead and get into the update. So I did declutter 2 fragrances from the tray this month. It's crazy how many changes my nose has been going through. I do not have the same likes as I used to, which is super weird to me. I was very, very excited about wearing KENZO Flower Elixir, which I already sold. I featured that one in a declutter. I already sent them out, so they are on their way to new homes where hopefully they will get love, they will get used. So KENZO Flower Elixir, I decluttered it. It's still a beautiful perfume. I wore it a couple times before making the choice to let it go. I feel like that one, it got to a point where I just felt like it was just too much powder for me, and the rest of the notes were starting to not fade away because the perfume is long lasting. That perfume is, first of all, it's a discontinued fragrance, so it's not one that you can get right now, but that fragrance is very powdery. It had raspberry. So the raspberry, I've been feeling like there's certain fruit notes that lately I just don't really want to wear. I just don't feel as excited about them, and I feel like raspberry and peach have been a little iffy for me lately. So KENZO Flower Elixir has raspberry. There's powdery notes in there as well. And I feel like the main thing that I can say about that fragrance is how powdery it is. So if you do not like powdery scents, that one's definitely not one that you would enjoy. And it definitely has this very like sexy, it's not too sexy, because there's also like this beautiful side to it, this very classy side to it as well. But it's definitely a powdery, sexy scent that's perfect for fall time, perfect for winter. And when I tell you that perfume lasts, if you put it on at night, you sleep with it, which is how I do my wear test. I apply the fragrances after I shower in the evening, go to bed, and if I wake up in the morning and I can still smell the fragrance, that means that it's like, wow, out of this world performance. And KENZO Flower Elixir, it checks that box very easily. I woke up in the morning and it literally smelled like if I just put that fragrance on. The scent is great. I feel like I'm just over it. That's pretty much all that there is to it. But it was time for it to leave my collection. So that one is gone. Another one that I decluttered from the tray was Giorgio Armani FIORI. So I ended up decluttering the 2 that were discontinued that I wanted to wear more. They just ended up not really hitting the spot for me. So Giorgio Armani FIORI is to me the more flirty younger sister of the line. And the regular C's are more deep. They're mysterious. They almost remind me of like what wine smells like, red wine. So that one was pretty much like the one that stuck out the most in being a little bit more lighthearted, even though the performance in that one is also insane. And you can definitely smell it while you're wearing it, but it's more of a girly, flirty. It still has this classiness to it, and it's still perfect for like a date night. It's still perfect for all of that, but it's not as deep and strong as the other C fragrances. I wore it, and even though it was very nice and it lasted all day, I just felt like I was ready to just move on from those two fragrances. So those were the declutters for October. I don't think that there will be any more declutters for the second half of October, but you just never know. But let's get into the ones that I have been wearing, and when I tell you I have been really enjoying these fragrances, I am so excited to talk about these. I'm going to talk about them from kind of like the least that I wore them, I still enjoy these, to like the ones that I just kept picking up over and over. I was kind of like obsessed with them. I'm loving them, so that you guys can see just how much I'm loving each one. So the last one that I talk about is going to be like the best one for me this month. All right, first up, we're going to be talking about Dior Poison Girl EDT. This is an oldie. I'm sure you've heard about this one a lot before. And this one, as you can see, we are making the dent bigger. I wore this one, I would say like 2-3 times this month so far. I've kind of just been reaching for this one throughout the day if I'm doing anything, and it has been getting pretty cold. This morning it was cold, and yesterday it was cold. It was like in the 50s, and in the mornings it's in the 30s and 40s. So we're getting cold weather. So these are just smelling so good. These types of scents during cold weather are like so comforting, and you can smell them so much stronger in the like colder air. So Poison Girl by Dior, I have the EDT. I used to have the EDP and the EDT. The EDP is gorgeous, but it definitely gets thicker and thicker as it sits in your collection. It gets nuttier, it's rich. If you want like a very rich, thick, sweet gourmand scent, you have to pick up the EDP and just let it sit. It does get thicker and just stronger. I kind of prefer the EDT just because it has a little bit more of a lighthearted touch to it. It still has that gourmand scent. It still has a nutty scent. It opens up with so much citrus in the air. And even though myself and a lot of people love to kind of give the example of it smelling like a creamsicle, which you do pick that up, I also want you to picture, you know, those simmer pots that people love to do during fall time to make their house smell really good, and they add like spices and fruits. Imagine doing that, and you're putting just a little bit of spice, but you're focusing more on adding orange and orange peels, and that kind of citrusy scent is kind of filling up the home. So you're getting the power of the citrus scent, but it's wrapped up with a little warm spiciness to it. That's kind of what I think of with Poison Girl. To me, just a very comforting scent, and I feel like for fall time, it's just perfect. It has the right amount of girliness to it while still giving you cozy fall vibes. You're getting citrus in there, you're getting caramel, and the caramel does start coming through, and it really sweetens up the scent. Poison Girl EDT to me is one that is an oldie but a goodie. Dior Poison Girl to me is a perfectly rounded out scent where you do get the florals, you do get that feminine touch, but to me it's all about those base notes, and then the opening in the beginning, the caramel. It's just a very nice gourmand, but it's gourmand, but to me it's gourmand mixed with a little bit of like floral and citrus. So this is a very nice fall scent, and I have been really enjoying it for October. Next up, we have a Juliana's perfume scent that I'm still getting to know. I don't feel like I can give a full review of it yet because it has been changing a lot from the first time that I smelled it. I felt very drawn to this perfume, and this one is Double Decadence Lush Sunset. This fragrance is a hybrid of Spirituals, Double Vanille, and Atomic Rose. I have never smelled either of those. I will say that rose is really starting to come through. So it is like this warm vanilla. I was getting more of the vanilla in the beginning. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of Gentle Fluidity Gold, kind of like that vanilla that feels a little dainty and chic, a little thin. It's not too thick. And the rose wasn't really coming through yet. So now that it's been sitting for a couple weeks, maybe more than that, I'm definitely picking up on the rose. So if you like a very nice, like warm, smooth vanilla scent with a beautiful rose, it's definitely more of a classy rose, a more mature rose, but in a way of being grown. Like it doesn't feel juvenile, too young. It doesn't feel like a pink rose. It feels more like I want to feel sexy. I want to put on a bold lip, which is right here on the bottle. It makes perfect sense. Very nicely done because the rose doesn't overpower the vanilla. I feel like they're both kind of balancing each other out, so it's not too much of the rose. Rose scents can really bother me. I will say this is not a favorite for me. It's not one that I think will become a favorite, but out of this scent DNA, this is very nicely done and I can wear it without feeling annoyed by it or bothered or anything like that. It's getting stronger. In the scent, we have Bulgarian rose, incense. These are notes that I usually can struggle with. There's also pink pepper. I've struggled with that in the past. And in here, it's done really, really nicely. I feel like this one's very, very nice for the upcoming holidays. You want to wear a nice outfit. You want your makeup done. You want to feel like that girl on Thanksgiving or even for the holidays, for Christmas, for New Year's. This is very beautiful. And I feel like for cold weather, it will work so nice. So I do want to keep this in my collection for more for special occasions. This is not one that I would pull out like on a Tuesday to go get my kids from school. But if I want to go somewhere, I'm dressing up, I would pull for something like this. That's the type of scent that I like for those types of occasions. So Double Decadence Lush Sunset, very nice. I'm liking it. Next up, we have my caramel latte scent. This fragrance just never lets me down. Every single time that I pick this fragrance up, I know that it's going to smell good. And this one is Skylar Vanilla Sky. This right here, if you're a gourmand lover, this has to be in your collection. And I will say, here is the bottle. Very nice bottle. I love the bottle. Honestly, sometimes I wish that this right here was like the whipped cream with like caramel drizzles. That would have been like what this perfume smells like. This literally makes me think of me walking into a coffee shop. I'm gonna edit some videos, which I don't do. I never go anywhere to edit, but if I did, this would be walking into a coffee shop. I could smell the coffee in the air, but I ordered my coffee to be like filled with whipped cream, caramel drizzles. It's like a caramel latte. And I'm just wearing like a really nice sweater. That's just what I think of. It's very crisp and cold outside. It's kind of gloomy and it's kind of dark where you're at. Like it's just a very nice relaxing setting where it smells like coffee. You're relaxed. That's what this is, with a lot of sweetness. It's very sweet. So the coffee in here is not bitter. It's not too strong. It's not like the coffee. Let's see. Let's think of a coffee scent. It's not like the coffee that you pick up in Dolce & Gabbana, the one where it's coffee and caramel, but coffee's definitely like the main thing that you're picking up. It's a little bit more bitter. This one, it's coffee, but the coffee is in the background. And the caramel, the vanilla, smells very sweet. You also have vanilla in here. There's cinnamon, which I will say the cinnamon is not too strong, but there is a little bit of a hint of a spice, which works perfectly in here. And I will say the longer I have this fragrance, the more I love it. So the dent is not too big, but I'm pretty sure that by the end of this fall and winter, this bottle is going to be at least halfway done because I've really just, whenever I look at my tray, I have been reaching for this one quite a few times. I have been doing layering combos. I've been getting requests to do a layering combo video. I haven't done one in forever, so I'm working on that. I've been doing a few layering combos and I have been just obsessed. And this one has been in some of them. So Skylar Vanilla Sky, it does get better with time. And these are clean fragrances, which is even better. And on top of that, it's performing better and better each year. So it's not going to be beast mode. I don't want you to think that, but it's going to get better and you're going to be able to smell it more. It's going to stick to your clothing more. So I'm definitely loving Vanilla Sky. Next up, this one is great. I had such a funny comment on this one in one of my videos about Netflix and chill, and Netflix ended up watching you instead of you watching Netflix, if you know what I mean. And she wore this scent and I agree. This one right here, I feel like it's popular with the men, even though I can only speak about my husband, but he really loves this one. And I have heard other people on social media, on videos, on reviews saying the same thing. And this is a celebrity fragrance. This is affordable. And this one is Ariana Grande's Ari. This is one of my favorite Ariana Grande fragrances. This one has a raspberry note in it. And I have kind of not been as in love with raspberry fragrances, but this right here, it just always hits for me. Like, it always gives me what I want. It is candy, it's sweet. Now this one isn't as juvenile as Sweet Like Candy, I think is the name. That one smells really good, but that one's more like daytime, girly, just like a little young. This one to me is more like, I want to smell like a snack. I want to be like edible. I want to smell like sugar. Like, I want to smell so yummy. And this gets the job done. So this to me is like a fluffy, sweet, fruity bomb. So you have raspberry in here. You have fruits, which I love. There is pear. There's grapefruit in the opening. So you get like that blast of fruitiness. But then they really knew how to balance this fragrance out and make it work in fall, in winter. I think only time I don't really reach for this one is summertime, but I feel like it would even work for summer because in the middle they add vanilla orchid, they add rose and lily of the valley. So you have those florals that are gonna bring in that girly touch, that flirty touch, and then in the base they add this fluffiness with marshmallow, and you really feel that in the perfume. There's this fluffiness to it. So the fruits are not sharp, they're not like a fruit juice. It's more of, you get the fruitiness, but it's like a sugary, fruity, fluffy sweetness. And then you have musk and woody notes, which really balance out the whole fragrance. So to me, this is one of Ariana Grande's best fragrances. Even though I'm a big fan of a lot of Ariana Grande fragrances, I have not picked up the new one. I think it's called Love Notes, and the only reason why I have not picked up that perfume is because everywhere that I either read a review, I recently watched KENZO's review on it, and she kind of made me want to try it, but she also mentioned that it reminded her of this, and honestly, I have not been picking this up. I feel like this is missing something for me. I feel like it's too woody and kind of like, I don't know. I just don't feel like this is something that I would like in a perfume. But if you've tried the Love Notes, let me know if it smells like this, or what does it smell like to you? If you think I would like it. I like fragrances that have a little bit of a sweetness to it, and it's not just aromatic or citrus. If they have those notes, I like it to be rounded out with something soft, something smooth. So I haven't picked that one up yet. I've been curious about it. I definitely put a bit of more of a dent in this one, so I'm very happy about that. And I lost my little puff. I don't remember if I took it out or if it came off. I really don't remember, but this one comes with like a really big puff on it, and it's a little obnoxious, honestly, but this is so good. It's affordable, it's good. It lasts on me a very long time. If I spray this at night, it sticks to my clothes, so it's not going to project like crazy, but it's going to stick to whatever you're wearing. You're gonna be able to smell it. It kind of sticks to the skin, and it just makes you smell really sweet and yummy. So careful with the Netflix and chill with this one. Kayali's Vanilla 28. I have been absolutely loving this one. This one to me is my vanilla extract perfume. It even looks like it. So this is one of my all-time favorite perfumes from Kayali. I absolutely love this one. It was one of the, I think this is the first Kayali fragrance I ever tried, actually. When I first got this one, it definitely had more of a floral touch to it. And then as time went by, I started picking up more brown sugar, vanilla. It just turned into a very sugary, sweet vanilla, but still with personality to it. It's not just like a cupcake. It's not like frosting or like a dessert. This is vanilla extract to me. It's very concentrated, yummy. It smells so good. It has sweetness to it, but it's not too sweet. It's grown. This is grown sexy vanilla to me. Wear this to parties, wear it for the holidays, wear it to go out on a date. It's that type of vibe. It's really nice. And again, this has gotten also much stronger from the first time that I got it. So the longevity is really good now. I love it. It lasts. I have been kind of like not going through this bottle. I don't know why, just because I'm so happy about how rich and dark it is, but I definitely want to get myself the bigger bottle. This one's always a must for me, and every time that fall comes around, anytime winter comes around, this is one of the first ones that I'm very excited to pull out and wear. So Kayot Vanilla 28 is still a love for me and I adore it. Now to finish the video with my 2 most used. I'm obsessed. Keep coming back to these this year. I can't wait to do like my fall roundup because I've been taking notes on the fragrances that I've really been enjoying this fall. These 2 for me are like so good. So this one's gonna come in second place just because the one that's in first place I keep reaching for that one. But in second place, we have Ellis Brooklyn Apple Love. This has gotten so much better. And I will tell you a secret. This might be not taking the place of, but kind of, I like this one even better than my Eden Juicy Apple from Kayot. When I first got this perfume, I was kind of annoyed with it because I loved the way that it smelled, but I would spray it and not even an hour later, I barely could smell it on myself. So I was thinking, should I get rid of it? What should I do? But there was just something about it. And I also took this with me last year to Miami and I mixed it with a bunch of perfumes. And this as a layering perfume is so good. It goes with like almost anything. Apple Love to me it's in the same family as Eden, but to me they don't smell the same. Eden lately has been getting more musky. The berries have been coming through more because that one has like more fruits in it. In this one, I definitely pick up more of that apple, but they did something in this fragrance that I really like. They added sugar and vanilla to this fragrance. And I can feel that. I can feel like how it rounds out the perfume, so it's not just apple, like straight up apple in your face. And the longevity has gotten better, and every time I smell it, it's so yummy. It's so good, and it's been lasting. I wore this one to bed and it stuck to my PJs, and it was there the next day. So maybe on my skin it still is not like super duper long lasting, but it's getting much better. It's lasting longer on my clothes. I can definitely smell it while I'm wearing it, which makes me really happy. I recommend this so much. If you love fruity perfumes but you don't like when they're straight up just fruity and there's nothing else going on in it, this one, that sugar, the vanilla, it adds like a fluffy, rounded out feeling to the apple, and I'm so happy I kept it. And I've really been reaching for this one so much. I can't really see where this is at because the bottle is okay. Right now we have a baby dent. It's like up to here. I can kind of see it. This one's gonna get so much more love this month, and I just keep reaching for it over and over, and I love it and I recommend it. It needs time to sit, I will say that, but it's so good. For my number 1 fragrance that I have been reaching for nonstop during the day for bedtime, just in the middle of me just walking into my room and spraying it, is my Dead Cool Taunt. I've been talking about this since Puerto Rico. As you can see, mine has gotten so much darker. When you first get this fragrance, it's completely clear, and I want to try more from this house because this fragrance is genderless. It's vegan. It's a eau de parfum. I love wearing this to doctor's appointments, to my orthodontist appointment, anywhere that I'm going to be close to people and I want you to smell me. I don't want to choke you out. I love fragrance, but I don't like to be exaggerative with it. I'm not an amber fan, and amber is a note that will make me just ill. It will just turn me off so bad if it's the only thing that I can smell. That's why a lot of niche fragrances don't work for me, because they'll have all these beautiful notes and these fruits and it sounds amazing, and when you spray it, it's literally like a slap of amber to your face, and I can't do it. But here, this is like a soft vanilla amber perfume with a little bit of sweetness. It's not too sweet, but it has just the right amount of sweetness. The longevity is better. Everything is better about it this year, and I'm just obsessed with it. The notes for this perfume are notes that if I was to look at this, I would probably be like, I'm not really interested. The top is Dewdrop and Bergamot. I feel like with time, that opening, since it has gotten thicker, there is this a tiny bit of like a brightness, but it goes straight into the vanilla and the amber. They did put floral notes and cassis in the mid, but honestly, right now, I'm just smelling a bit of a powdery ambery vanilla, and it's just perfect for fall layering combos, to layer it with any caramel perfume, any vanilla perfume, any woody perfume, or just by itself. It smells amazing. So this has been my all-time favorite for the first 2 weeks of October because I've been just reaching for it so much, and I am pretty much halfway done with this bottle, so I definitely recommend checking this one out. I believe I got this one from Sephora. I don't know if they have testers available. at the store, but if you can go anywhere and get your nose on this one, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So that brings me to the end of today's perfume tray update. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below what fragrances you've been loving, fragrances that you have been wearing this month. And with that said, that's going to be it today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.